A special guest joining us exclusively, Judge Stan Strickland, retired judge from Orlando's Ninth Circuit Court. Judge, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Judge, in the last hours, breaking news has emerged that the Judge Rex Slidler on this case may recuse herself. Why?
That's news to me. This is the first I've heard of it, and it could be myriad reasons that this might have come up, even something that happened weeks ago with one of the lawyers. I have no idea, but as you know, a judge has to err on the side of caution, so it could be happening.
Judge, break it down for me. With me, retired judge out of this jurisdiction, Judge Stan Strickland, when we're talking about recusing, and you're talking about even the appearance of impropriety, break it down for us in street terms, in a layperson's vernacular.
If there's a reason to believe that a judge won't be or can't be fair, then generally one side or the other will move to recuse the judge and get the judge out of the case. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be about this case. It can be about a comment that was made 6 months ago to one of the lawyers. There are so many reasons. We can't get into all of them now, but if one side thinks that the judge just may not be able to be fair, then they can file the motion, and if it's legally sufficient, the judge has to recuse him or herself.
And sometimes, Judge, isn't it true that a judge would voluntarily recuse themselves to avoid even the appearance of impropriety? Whether it's true or grounded in facts may not even matter. It's just that the appearance of impropriety may be enough for a judge to go, you know what? To heck with it. I'm getting off the case.
That's exactly right, and it happens more than you know. In fact, in the Casey Anthony case, the judge that was supposed to take over for me recused himself, and that's how I remained on the case after I moved into a civil division.
Right. I recall that whole drama. Back to you, Judge Stan Strickland. When I was a prosecutor, I prosecuted in a very big metropolitan area. There were hundreds of cases indicted, new cases, new felonies every week. 300 to 500 cases every week. And I think at that time we had 12 courts running. And you divide up, just to say 400 new cases a week between those 12 courts. So every Monday and Friday I'd get a giant stack of felony cases files just laying all over the front of my top of my desk. They were, in that jurisdiction, assigned by computer. One week I could get 10 felony shopliftings. The next week I might get 10 murder cases, rape cases, whatever. They were assigned by number. Regardless to the nature of the case, you got an indictment number, and the computer assigned it to judges. The only way it would go to a specific judge is if that defendant had had a case before in front of another judge, then that case would go back to that judge. How does it work in that jurisdiction?
It's somewhat similar. It's generally random with some tweaking done by the criminal division chief who can, if you get a case that you have a problem with, you can do a quick email out to the division chief and say, hey, I'm not sure I should be on this. And before anything ever happens, the criminal chief can send it to somebody else. Or there's occasionally some griping, I suppose, about, hey, I got 10 murder cases in the last 6 months. How about giving me a little break here?
Wait, are you telling me the judges get back in their luxury chambers and whine that they've got too many cases?
I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes there is a little bit of an imbalance, and the chief judge straightens that out. It's generally random.
All the judges do is sit up on the bench and rule. They're kind of like a referee. So what do they care if they're listening to 10 murder cases or 10 shoplifting cases? They're just a referee. They're not down there getting dirty and sweaty and bloody like the lawyers.
Generally, they don't care. But if there's an imbalance in the way it's being done, they would like for it to be straightened out.
Okay, well, I guess I'll argue about that with you later.